Hello, we are Enchen and Bob, and in the video, we will be looking at a new form of combat sport, slap fighting, and finding out whether it's just good slapstick entertainment or more insidiously, a progenitor of brain injury. In slap fighting, competitors take turns to slap each other over 3 rounds. Points are assigned to each slap to determine the winner, but it is common for matches to conclude when a competitor is knocked out. Unlike other combat sports like MMA or boxing, slap fighting competitors are not allowed to block or evade the blow, meaning that competitors will have to sustain several heavy blows to the head in a match, which could potentially lead to brain injury. Over the past year, slap fighting has also been brought to the forefront, with increasing popularity and spotlight. Notable examples of new slap fighting organizations include the Slap Fighting Championship by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Logan Paul, as well as Power Slap by UFC President Dana White. Many doctors have spoken out about the dangers of slap fighting based on research findings from other combat sports like boxing. However, there is currently no available data of the risks of slap fighting. Thus, it is important that the brain kinematics of slap fighting is investigated, benchmarked against other combat sports, and evaluated for the risk of brain injury. Experiments were conducted to measure the kinematics of the head when it is being slapped. Test subjects slapped the head of a dummy with inbuilt sensors to collect linear acceleration and angular velocity data, which was later used to obtain angular acceleration. As a control, experiments were also conducted with test subjects punching the dummy head while wearing MMA gloves as well as boxing gloves. These are some of the raw data obtained from the sensor. The top row shows measured linear acceleration, while the bottom row shows angular velocity data in X, Y, and Z direction. The maximum linear acceleration, angular velocity, and angular acceleration for each direction are shown. By taking the two norm, we can get the overall highest magnitude of both linear and angular acceleration. From our experimental results, it was observed that slapping results in the highest linear acceleration and lowest angular acceleration when compared to MMA and boxing. Numerous studies suggest that angular acceleration is a much better predictor for brain injury compared to linear acceleration. There are no widely agreed upon angular acceleration threshold for safety, but we can compare the measured angular acceleration of 4,300 radians per second squared to several thresholds suggested for different injuries. For acute subdural hematoma, it was found that the angular acceleration is much lower than the suggested threshold. However, the slaps could likely result in mild traumatic brain injury. The low HIC of 12.3 suggests injury from linear acceleration are unlikely. However, the cumulative strain damage measure exceeds the threshold of 10 to 15% reported to cause axonal strain damage. It should be noted that the slaps of the test subjects are likely much weaker than those in the actual arena. For example, the boxing punches of the test subjects only generated 50% of the angular acceleration produced by professional boxers. Furthermore, the format of the sport guarantees that each competitor will sustain at least 3 consecutive concussive slaps, presenting a higher likelihood of brain injury. In fact, in October this year, a competitor died from brain injury sustained during a slap fighting tournament. In conclusion, while entertaining, slap fighting involves significant risks of brain injury. Preliminary investigations suggest high likelihood of traumatic brain injury. However, more measurements, especially by professional competitors, are required to fully characterize the risks involved.